Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Builds Stuff, and this is another Josh Updates Stuff for the week of, I don't know, like the third week in August in 2021. Josh Updates Stuff is a show where I update you on stuff that I think is worth updating on. Mostly new LEGO news, new set releases, new upcoming sets that have been announced or sometimes even leaked. And we also do some updates on me, my personal life, the channel, and other stuff that people might not care as much about. Speaking of that other stuff, I'm tired today. It's late in the day on a Saturday. I spent half the day mowing the lawn. It's like still in the upper 90s in the middle of the day here in Central Texas, so forgive me if I look a little tired. I guess I mowed two halves of two lawns, so I mowed a lawn today, but I still gotta do the back tomorrow. My in-laws live next door, and so I mow my lawn and their lawn. We both share a backyard. It's a well worked out agreement that we have for all of us. I mow their lawn, they give us free babysitting anytime we want. It works out for us. For personal updates, I went to the movies yesterday. It was date night. We went to one of those eat-in movie theaters, got a burger. It was pretty good. We went and saw that new Free Guy movie, which was actually pretty good. Maybe it's just like post-pandemic movies that have really, my standards have really changed for that. But it was good in a post-pandemic world. You would like it, I think, if you like video games or Ryan Reynolds, or if you were wondering if Ninja is still relevant, apparently he is in 2021. So go see that movie. It was decent. In the world of LEGO news, is that a Supra? That is a Supra. LEGO made a life-size Toyota GR Supra. I think that's the Gazoo Racing Supra. If you recall, earlier this year, LEGO made a Speed Champions version of this same set. We also built and reviewed that set on the channel, so go check that video out if you are at all interested. This car looks sweet, man. This is another one of the life-size vehicles that actually drives. They made a Bugatti that drives. They made the Technic Lamborghini, which was recently featured on an episode of LEGO Masters. That one did not drive, but I'm not going to hold that against them. They made a life-size LEGO Technic Lamborghini. This one I'm less impressed with, but I don't like Supras as much as other cars, but you might. But let me know what you think about this car in the comments down below. On to the stuff that people want to hear about. LEGO had officially announced, I think at this point, they put out pictures for the Eternals sets, but these pictures are still a little blurry. But we know that there are 4 Eternals sets coming. I think these leaked a little while ago. We didn't really talk about them. I was waiting for clearer pictures, and these are somewhat clearer. Speaking of the Eternals, when I went to the movies, they played a trailer for the Eternals. And when I go to the movies and they play a trailer for a movie that I know I'm going to see, I do something weird. I close my eyes, I plug my ears, I look down, and I hum to myself because I do not want anything spoiled, like in the least. I don't want to see an image from a movie. That being said, I do allow myself the exception where I will look at LEGO sets based on movies that I know I want to see, even if they may spoil something small. So 4 sets were revealed. The first one, Eternals Aerial Assault, kind of generic. I know the general look and feel of this movie, and it's weird. It's like ethereal. It's like magic. And but also sometimes not. I don't know. I haven't looked up that much about it because I want to be surprised. This first set, a $10 set, looks like a set that I would call a cheap set, were it not only $10. It's just like a simple looking Anubis kind of Egyptian-esque kind of mech dude with a couple of what I assume were Eternals hanging out next to them. The next one, a $20 set, Deviant Ambush. This one, I assume the Deviants are some sort of bad guys or bad creatures. This picture in the upper corner looks weird, like a weird, strangely cartoonized version of the people in the movie. I wonder if these box images are not finalized, or if these are not official images at all and Brickset hasn't added them yet. But this obviously like a weird giant creature, and it's fighting a couple of the Eternals. Time will tell. $20, I don't think that's a bad set for $20, even without knowing anything about the movie. This one is a $60 set. It is in Ereshkigal's Shadow. Like I said, the movie is just like ethereal and weird, and I don't understand what's going on here. Don't try to explain it to me in the comments. These are rhetorical lacks of knowledge that I'm professing to you now. This set looks cool. It's basically a big red iron giant, and forgive me if you are a big Eternals fan. You're like, no, that's Ereshkigal. That's the character from the... Like I said, don't try to explain it to me. We'll get there when the movie comes out. This is a giant mech, but it doesn't look like the other mechs that we're getting a bunch of. This one looks taller and skinnier. It looks very impressive. Look how tall it is next to the minifigures. I'm excited about that one. I don't know that I'll get it. Maybe after the movie comes out. I'll have to see it to enjoy it. And the final one here, a $100 set, but a lot that comes with it. This is, I think, the Eternals ship. I saw the first couple of seconds of the trailer last night before I closed my eyes and hummed to myself. It's also got a mech and also one of the creatures that I already forgot what they're called. It's like a triangle ship, but it's also got circles on it. I don't know. It's got a bunch of Eternal minifigures that come with it, so that's pretty cool. Overall, these sets I am excited about the potential that they're presenting, but I can't be too excited about them without having seen the movie first. In other LEGO news, LEGO is going to recolor some sets that we already got, like the Fiat 500. It used to be yellow, now it's going to be light blue. I didn't buy it the first time, I won't buy it the second time. No offense to anyone who likes that set. Also, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, only because LEGO needs to get their products on the shelves before the season actually hits. So we got a couple of seasonal sets, like the Penguin, not the Penguin, the Batman set, just a penguin, a Christmas penguin. Also, Santa Claus is skiing. I assume it's going to be a poly bag. I don't know. Probably. Then this one, a couple of Christmas ornaments. LEGO did this last year. It was like a reindeer and another one, maybe a snowman or something, that I got those and I actually hung them on my Christmas tree last year. I don't know how many LEGO themed ornaments I can get away with on a one Christmas tree. Like, I may not be able to put 4 Christmas themed ornaments, but this is fun. You got a Coca-Cola sponsorship with the polar bear there. You have the second instance in recent memory of LEGO trying to get you to write on their LEGO sets with this "with love from" tag up in there. I'm not writing on my LEGO sets. That's like asking me to paint my LEGO sets. Like, it's not happening, LEGO. Oh yes, LEGO leaks. This is very exciting. If you have a bunch of money and you need a way to spend it, this is like a Cat D11T. It's a Technic Bulldozer. This has been leaked. I don't know the official set number or anything. It is remote control, which means throw like an extra $100 on top of what would have already been an astronomical price point. This, I believe, is going to be sold for $450, and I'm sure there's a market out there for people wanting to buy this set. Speaking of that market, there's a big list of LEGO sets. I don't remember if we talked about these or not yet, that are going to be retiring in or at the end of 2021. There's a bunch of them. I'll link to this list down below if I haven't done so already. There's like all these Star Wars, like half these Star Wars sets, I'd be like, yes, get these before they retire. There's a couple on this list that are speaking to me personally. I mean, again, get Pirates of Barracuda Bay, get the ship in a bottle, like get all of these if you don't have them. I have some of these already. But the couple that are speaking to me, this is the main one. I was just talking about very large Technic vehicles, and I'm like, I'm not the market for the Bulldozer, but I am the market for this Bugatti Chiron because I have the Lamborghini Sian. And it makes me want this one. I already missed out on the Porsche, and I think that one already sells for a lot over retail, and so I know I will regret not getting this set. At this point, it's going to come down to me making a difficult decision. The decision is basically going to be get the gunship, the Republic gunship that just came out, or get the Bugatti. And honestly, I'm leaning more towards the Bugatti. Don't call me a fake Star Wars fan. Look, I have a stormtrooper behind me. He is all the validation I need. But there's a couple other sets on this list that are really speaking to me. It's a very big list, so seriously, check it out and don't miss out on some sets that you may regret missing out on. This is another one that I think I would regret missing out on, is the 89 Batmobile. I was born in 87, but for some reason the 89 Batman was just like the Batman of my childhood. I love the aesthetics, I love the vehicles from that movie. I had a bunch of toys based on things in that movie, and the 89 Batmobile is another one that I think I will regret not getting if I don't get it. The last one, oh, the Disney stuff. Yes, go get the Disney train. It's very good. I have it as well. The last one that I know I would regret not getting, man, there's a lot of sets that are about to be retiring, is the DB5, the Aston Martin DB5. This one, I'm like a casual James Bond fan, but I'm a fan of this car particularly, and its features and functions, and the price isn't terrible for $150. I see it in stores all the time, but how much I'm buying like other new sets that are just coming out, there's never going to be a great time for me to buy this set. Maybe the best time will be just before it retires, just any time between now and when it retires, but we'll see on that one. We'll see on a lot of these sets that are going to be retiring, because I'm going to have to double check this list and make sure I don't miss out on anything else before the end of this year. I think that's all the new and update-worthy LEGO sets that are coming out pretty soon. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know if I've missed anything that I should have noticed that's coming out soon that I might be excited to talk about. Next up on the list is... Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I thought it said Shout Saturday. It says Shoutout Saturday. This week, Shoutout Saturday goes to Greg from London Bridge Bricks, another lovely fellow YouTuber that's an A-fole. He's in the UK. There's a whole bunch of great UK-based LEGO YouTube folks, but I have been watching his weekly show, London Calling, for quite some time, and this week I was lucky enough and privileged enough to get to be on that show, hang out with some of those dudes, talk to them in person. It was a lot of fun. I say dudes, it was dudes and chicks and plenty of fun, wonderful other people. So go check that out if you haven't already. I'll put a link to that in the description down below. So I think that's going to do it for this week's Josh Updates stuff. Just remember, be good to each other out there. I was recently thinking about the never-ending story and specifically the swamps of sadness, and Artax didn't make it out of the swamps of sadness, and someone in your life might be going through their own swamps of sadness, metaphorically or literally. And if they are, throw them a rope. If it's literal, throw them a literal rope to get out of the swamps. If it's figurative, then just throw them a figurative rope. Just call someone you haven't talked to in a long time. Be a little nicer to someone. Let that other person merge in front of you in traffic. It's not that big of a deal. Times are tough. We should be nicer to each other now more than ever, and then continue being nicer to each other after hopefully we get through these unprecedented times. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.